Good evening, everyone. My name is Yanki Shiring, and I'm the Executive Director of Accompany Capital. I am delighted to welcome you to Accompany Capital's 12th Annual Immigrant Heritage Week Awards, and thank you for joining us to recognize and to celebrate four exceptional people you'll be meeting in a few minutes. The theme of this year's event is Investing in Our Future, celebrating the way that New York's entrepreneurial immigrant community is adopting new innovative technologies, training young workers, and introducing exciting new experiences to their clients and communities. In that spirit this year, along with our Made in New York Award, Job Creator Award, and the New Beginnings Award, we have added a new category, the Green Impact Award, which will be going to a very exciting client. CDFIs have been often referred to as the financial first responders for the millions of family-owned businesses that provide critical services in communities. So we are very proud to be joining with our colleagues, partners, and local and federal funders to support efforts to respond to the urgency of the climate crisis. As local financial institutions that are nimble and flexible, CDFIs like us are well positioned to be leaders in creating new financing products and approaches for climate adaptation for small business owners. Earlier this year, we introduced Accompany Capital's Sustainable Business Program, which was developed to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, lower energy costs for consumers, and spur economic revitalizations to underserved low and moderate income communities. We are committed to being part of the solution by providing loans, grants to invest in energy efficient equipment, and webinars. And most importantly, by being a source of reliable information and an empathetic ear to the challenges of New York City micro and small business owners as they reduce their carbon footprint, adopt money-saving solutions, and continue to grow their business. I want to thank the whole Accompany Capital team for its steadfast dedication to our mission and to our clients, and to thank our board, funders, and partners for their unwavering support and guidance. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our board chair, Kwame Mafo.
Dear friends, thank you for joining us at the annual Immigrant Heritage Week Award ceremony. Our theme this year is Investing in New York's Future. Tonight, we will be celebrating the various ways members of New York's entrepreneurial immigrant communities are mobilizing resources to invest in innovative technologies, train young workers, and introduce exciting new products and services. These ethos are embodied by four outstanding honorees tonight. While they come from diverse ethnic, linguistic, geographical, and professional backgrounds, they all share a common story. The story of braving the odds by moving into a completely new country whose norms, mores, and cultures were very different from that of their home countries. And faced by these challenges, these entrepreneurs have created successful ventures, ranging from bringing joy to New York State's buds to retrofitting New York's rooftops to make them more environmentally friendly. These are only a fraction of the countless migrant stories that have and continue to revitalize communities, create dignified jobs, and also improve livelihoods. These stories are as old as our union. Tonight, we want to say thank you and assure you that we at Accompany Capital will continue to support you every step of your entrepreneurial journeys. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kwame Mafo. I am excited to join you from the sunny and tropical coast of Accra, Ghana. It is my honor to introduce you to a very important guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Jasniya Sanchez. She is the Deputy Chief of Staff at the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs.
I'm Jasniya Sanchez, Deputy Chief of Staff at the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs. And I want to first start off by saying Happy Immigrant Heritage Week. This is a time to reflect on all immigrant contributions, both past and present, to this great city. Tonight, I am excited to welcome you to the 12th Annual Immigrant Heritage Week Awards hosted by Accompany Capital. Just like the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, Accompany Capital has been a longtime supporter of immigrant New Yorkers and more specifically immigrant entrepreneurs, the backbone of the city's economy. I'm so excited that this year's theme is Investing in New York's Future. And tonight, I'd like to highlight the awardees that are prime examples of this great city's future. I want to congratulate Sulman Usman for thinking outside the box when it comes to emergency management. Thank you to Hekmatullah Hamid for his hard work in driving an Uber, and congratulations on your purchase of a Tesla. Congrats to Pooja Bavishi for believing in New York and being a made in New York entrepreneur. And last but not least, thank you to MD Khalilur Rahman for creating jobs for fellow New Yorkers with your small business and your tremendous community impact. Immigrant New Yorkers like yourselves are what makes New York City the capital of the world. Congratulations again.
We want to thank the team at the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs for all the hard work and all the effort to make New York City a welcoming place for immigrants and refugees. And now we move on to our next special guest speaker. It is my pleasure to introduce Council Member Oswald Feliz of District 15 in the Bronx, the chair of the Small Business Committee and a tireless advocate for New York City's small businesses.
Hi, I'm New York City Council Member Oswald Feliz, the proud chair of the Committee on Small Business. I want to start by thanking Accompany Capital for all the work that you do to support our immigrant, refugee, and disadvantaged small business owners. Thank you for making sure that they have access to all the tools they need to thrive, including access to affordable credit and loans, including financial education, and so much more. I also want to take time to congratulate all the honorees, all those small business owners that work so hard to support our city. Small businesses are the lifeline of our local economies. They keep communities vibrant, they create local jobs, and they do so much for our local residents. So I want to thank you all. Thank you and congratulations to all of you for all the work that you do for our city. Thank you for supporting our city, and just like you support our city and our local communities, you can count on the City of New York to also have your back and support your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Council Member. Hi, I'm Jason Cole, and I'm the Director of the SBA Community Advantage Program for Accompany Capital. This is a specialized lending program that is built for companies just like Adaptive Green that are on the grow and impacting communities. Adaptive Green provides affordable and sustainable green roof solutions for commercial property, and they are playing a role in making our world a better place. Their work results in beautiful and functional spaces within urban environments. Our Green Impact Award is a new category this year, being awarded to a business involved in cutting-edge environmental solutions and creating a greener future. It is my great pleasure to introduce Sulman Usman today, who is the co-founder of Adaptive Green. Please meet Sulman, an environmentally conscious entrepreneur and the winner of the 2024 Green Impact Award.
In 2016, when we were starting the business, New York City was evaluating a law thinking about our parking lot structures, our impervious buildings, the worst offenders. All this rainwater is hitting these sites. Effectively, there's nowhere for that water to go except for our infrastructure. As a resident of our city, how do you prevent your wastewaters and streams from being contaminated? My name is Sulman Usman. I'm the president of Adaptive Green. Adaptive Green was founded in 2016 to help our cities deal with climate change and mitigate stormwater management. New York City, like many cities around the country, has an old infrastructure, meaning that we have a combined sewer system. Every time it rains, the rainwater is combined with your household water, and the system simply doesn't have the capacity, so there's an overflow from nearly every rain event. We, historically, as citizens and as residents of New York and as developers, owners, have seen our roofs as unutilized assets. But by adding green infrastructure, green roofs, blue roofs, permeable pavement, we provide the ability to provide sponges in all these different environments. Sponge cities are the cities of the future. New York has the opportunity to become a sponge city using green infrastructure by providing space for rainwater to be captured, stored, and released at a slower rate. So we're very excited about this upcoming year, 2024 and 2025. Our projects include the Central Park Harlem Mirror Center, the Equinor Empire Winds project, and the South Battery Park Resiliency at Wagner Park. Central Park is going to actually be an amenity space, meaning a green roof that's accessible to the public, and that's part of our community in Central Park in the northeastern section that's been historically one of the least invested portions of the park. So we are here at Central Park Harlem Mirror. This is one of the largest capital expansions of the park in decades. Adaptive Green will be performing the green roof installation on the concrete surfaces that you see behind you. Eventually this will become a green roof that's accessible to the community, and you can take a run on it. My parents came to America in the late 80s, and I was born here in New York, and they ran a small business in Queens, and I run a small business in New York as well. And it's, everything that they taught me at that stage applies to us. Even though it was a furniture business in Queens, and I run a green infrastructure business, it's not that dissimilar. Company capital has been a vital partner for us. As we seek to retain and grow our business, that is the challenge. As a small business, you want to find partners that recognize your potential for growth, recognize your potential for change, and Accompany Capital has been that partner for us. The most exciting factor of working in New York City, if you're in New York City, so you have every opportunity in the world, right? The impact that you make is everlasting. I mean, if I look around of New York and we see the United Nations, Central Park, these projects, they'll be there forever, right? It's nice to think about, as a born and raised New Yorker, that you've had a thumbprint somewhere. I don't know if Adaptive Green will last forever, but these projects will.
Thank you, Sulman, and congratulations on today's award.
Thank you, Jason.
Quite a lot of work getting to where you are today. It's very impressive. Thank you for all the work you do for your communities.
And thank you, Jason, for supporting us both through the loan process and supporting our business and as we grow our workforce in New York, and we seek to expand in the city. So it's been great to grow with the company.
Thank you again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Salman, for those kind words. Hello, everyone. My name is Neeraj Gupta, Senior Loan Officer at Accompany Capital. It is my great pleasure to be here this evening to introduce someone truly remarkable, Pooja Bavishi, the founder and owner of Malai Ice Cream, and the recipient of 2024 Accompany Capital Made in Envy Award. Pooja's journey is nothing short of inspiring. She discovered the magic of infusing ice creams with the flavors she'd loved as a child. Spices like ginger, rose petals, saffron, and cardamom, creating flavors that redefine the frozen dessert experience. She began by selling her flavors of New York fairs and markets in 2015, establishing a daily pop-up and food hall in 2019, and today she has turned her passion into a thriving business with both store and a production facility in Brooklyn. Excitingly, she sets to bring her tasty treats to Washington, D.C. with a new storefront opening soon. While expanding, Pooja continues to produce all Malai products in Brooklyn. Please meet Pooja Bavishi, winner of 2024 Made in Envy Awards.
I feel like New York City is the greatest city in the world. It's a wonderful place to start a new business. You have a captive audience here, people who want to try new things, people who are open to trying new things, and are very quick to give feedback. My name is Pooja Bavishi. I'm the founder and CEO of Malai. We are a South Asian-inspired ice cream company based in Brooklyn. The idea of Malai actually came about when I was in my second to last semester in business school. It was an annual vegetarian Friendsgiving. And because I loved making desserts so much, I obviously made the desserts for that gathering. For the first time ever, I made ice creams to go along with it. And so I flavored it with 2 spices, what I would call traditionally Indian. And something clicked. I was able to use my last semester in business school to get as much data as possible, but also to put together the pieces of actually starting Malai. I got all of that data that last semester in business school. I graduated in May, signed up for all of these food fairs around New York City, and I sold my first scoop 3 weeks after I graduated. After I started Malai, it was the first day that I had sold the orange fennel scoop. And this woman bought a scoop of orange fennel, handed me the payment and walked away. And she walked away and she did a complete 180 and started walking back to me. And I did what I think was a natural next step, which was I pulled her money back out of the cash box, was ready to give her money back. I was like, this orange fennel did not stick. And she came up to me and she was like, I just want to tell you that the last time I had these flavors was when my Italian grandmother made me orange and anise cookies. And I haven't had this flavor combination since then. And it validated so many things for me. First of all, that these flavors are not just for people who grew up like me. It is for people, they're universal. Found Accompany Capital online, and it was at a time when we were very busy going into our off season, but planning a big year of growth. We were moving from our 400 square foot production facility to a 4,000 square foot production facility. We couldn't fit everything in here anymore, and we couldn't keep up with demand. After applying online and finding Accompany Capital online, I was introduced to Neeraj and Jason. It didn't feel like I was going through a loan process. In fact, it just felt like there were these 2 people who were supporting me and were encouraging me and wanted to see that growth for my company. Some of the flavors that we created at the very, very beginning, rose with cinnamon roasted almonds, masala chai, mango and cream, our coffee and cardamom, they're part of our signature collection because those are the flavors that I debuted with, that I launched with. And it just so happens they still remain our most popular. It should feel typical and normal to go into an ice cream shop and see a pint of masala chai or a flavor like Tulsi chocolate chip and not have the expectations of just chocolate and vanilla. And that's what I'm trying to do, making Malai as available as possible to as many people as possible.
Congratulations, Pooja. So pleased to have you as our client and receiving this award. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Pooja Bavishi, and I'm the founder and CEO of Malai. I want to thank Accompany Capital for our Made in New York award during Immigrant Heritage Week. Accompany has supported Malai and our growth, and I'm looking forward to spreading more ice cream joy to as many people as possible. I'm sorry I can't be there, but thank you again.
Good evening. I'm Maria Paulino, Director of the Women's Entrepreneurship Programs and a Senior Loan Officer at Accompany Capital. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce you to the recipient of the 2024 Immigrant Heritage Week Job Creator Award. MD Khalilur Rahman is a source and inspiration in New York City culinary landscape. Originally from Bangladesh, Mr. Rahman has built a remarkable portfolio of businesses in the Bronx and now in Queens. His restaurants and his catering business reflect his dedication to authenticity with dishes that blend flavors from across Asia. In addition to his businesses, Mr. Rahman is committed to giving back to the community with the Khalil Food Foundation. This foundation provides training in food services and kitchen skills to students, recent arrivals, and others in need. It also provides food for charitable and community outreach initiatives. Mr. Rahman's journey and success is a testament to the transformative potential of entrepreneurship, having not only achieved his own dreams, but also providing employment opportunity for nearly 100 of his fellow New Yorkers. Everyone, please meet Mr. Khalilur Rahman, winner of the 2024 Job Creator Award.
আমি প্রথম যখন আমেরিকাতে আসি আমি প্রথম রেস্টুরেন্টে জব নিই। রেস্টুরেন্টে কাজ করার সময় আমার এই পেশাটা ভালো লাগে, তো এই জন্য আমি ডিশ ওয়াশার হিসেবে জয়েন করলেও আস্তে আস্তে আমি কিচেনে হেল্পার, কিচেনের অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট শেফ, এই কালিনারিতে যাওয়ার ফলে আমি কুকিংয়ের উপরে অনেক ধরনের প্রশিক্ষণ নিই। আমার নিজস্ব যদি বিজনেস দিই, মাই নেম ইজ MD Khalilur Rahman. I am owner of the Khalil Groups. 2017 সালে ছোট্ট পরিসরে খলিল বিরিয়ানি দিয়ে আমি শুরু করি, মাত্র 5 জন ওয়ার্কার দিয়ে। বর্তমানে খলিল গ্রুপসে প্রায় 100 ওভার ওয়ার্কার কাজ করছে এবং প্রত্যেকে খুব স্বাচ্ছন্দ্য বোধ করে খলিল গ্রুপে কাজ পেয়ে। 2020 সালের পরে যখন করোনার আবির্ভাব হলো, যখন সব বিজনেস বন্ধ ছিল, তখন আমি খলিল বিরিয়ানির একটি শাখা ওপেন করে আমি চেষ্টা করেছি মানবতার সেবা করার জন্য। আমার সব কাজ করতে যেয়ে আমার অনেক সময় ফাইন্যান্সের সমস্যা হয়। আমি প্রথম লোনটা কোম্পানি ক্যাপিটাল মারিয়ার মাধ্যমে সংগ্রহ করি এবং এরপরে আমার যখন নিউ ইয়র্ক সিটির এই খাবারের জন্য যখন আরও টাকার প্রয়োজন হয়, তখন এই কোম্পানির জেসনের মাধ্যমে আমি সেকেন্ড লোনটা অর্জন করতে সক্ষম হই। আমাদের খাবারের সুনাম এখন সমস্ত নিউ ইয়র্ক না, সারা পৃথিবীতে আমাদের নিজস্ব বাংলাদেশি ফুড হিসাবে আমরা খলিল বিরিয়ানি, আমরা বিভিন্ন ভেন্ডার হিসাবে বিভিন্ন স্টেট এবং ফেডারেল এবং সিটিতে খাবার দিতে সক্ষম হই। বিভিন্ন স্কুলে, কলেজে এবং সিটির অনেক প্রোগ্রামে আমরা খাবার দিচ্ছি। আমি 2022 সালে খলিল ফুড ফাউন্ডেশন স্থাপন করেছি। আমি এই খলিল ফুড ফাউন্ডেশনের মাধ্যমে কমিউনিটির বিভিন্ন স্তরের মানুষকে ট্রেনিং দিয়ে জব ক্রিয়েটের করার চেষ্টা করছি, যাতে করে তারা বিভিন্ন জায়গায় স্কিল অর্জন করে কাজ করতে পারে। আমি আমার কমিউনিটিকে হেল্প করার জন্যই আমি এটা করেছি এবং আমি এটা কন্টিনিউ করে যেতে চাই। আমি একজন গর্বিত বাঙালি এবং গর্বিত আমেরিকান। I am so proud. I love the America. I love New York.
Congratulations, Mr. Rahman, on receiving this recognition, truly well deserved. You're really inspiration to us all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much nominating for this award. For this award, it is huge honor to me. I'm so proud and I'm so glad winning this award. Thank you so much, Company Capital and all the staff. Thank you, all the jury board, all the New Yorkers. Thank you so much. I'm so glad.
Hello, everyone. My name is Frances Smith, Asset Development Program Specialist at Accompany Capital. For the past 20 years, Accompany Capital has been administering an individual development account program for refugees and asylees funded by the Office of Refugee Resettlement that allows them to receive match funds with their savings to help them with rent, buying a home, or investing in further education. And it has been my pleasure to work with them. This year, it has been my particular honor to work with a new group of evacuees from Afghanistan. Thanks to a special grant that helped them stay on track here in their home. Hekmatullah Hamid is one of the evacuees who has benefited from this grant, an IT specialist who recently arrived from Kabul via Saudi Arabia. He enrolled in the rental program and has completed the financial literacy workshop. A fast and motivated learner, he's currently working as a driver for Uber and Lyft, but hopes to open his own car service business soon. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce Hekmatullah Hamid, winner of the American Accompany Capital New Beginnings Award.
driving in New York City for some people is so crazy, and for me so easily. New York City, they have a good people and they have a good culture. My name is Hekmatullah Hamid. I am from Afghanistan. I am an Uber driver and Lyft driver in New York City. When I come to New York City, there's a lot of financial problem, and there's no jobs, no money, different culture, language, and there's the difficult things for me. I have a diploma in computer science in my country. I worked 6 years in two public banks in Afghanistan as a IT support and as IT audit. When I come here, I applied for a couple of jobs, and their requirement international certification. And then I decided to drive. I take my driver license first. Then I start my driving in New York City. This business take care of my all financial situation, and I support my family. I have one friend, they told me, hey, here's a company capital, they giving loan for the refugee or asylee. I search about company capital and I learn about their, then I email to their, and they give me appointment for the interview, and also they giving free class how to take the loan from the bank and how to make the credit, how to open the account in the bank, how to invest your money. I really appreciate the company capital, all team. They're working hard for refugee people. They helped me several times, and now they give a grant for a clean car, a brand new Tesla. I have a good services, like I'm giving free drink, like water, they need it, and candy, and gums, and anything they needed, I want to give to him. And I really have a good communication with my customer, and they really appreciate it, and they always giving 5-star, no 1-star. I'm really happy with this business because I have free time for my study, and I have a free time for my sleep. I'm the own boss. Anytime I want to work. If I need money, I'm driving. This is my first business and first car. In future, I want to open transportation company. I want to buy more car, and I want to give to more services to my customer.
Congratulations, Hekmatullah, on your well-deserved award.
Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Accompany Capital. I'm so honored to be here tonight and grateful to be the recipient of New Beginning Award. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Hekmatullah. Really well deserved. Congratulations so much. Now, I'd like to invite any of you, if you have any questions, to please post them in the Q&A. And also, I'd like to invite our board chair, Kwame Marfo, to join me so that we can have answers to any of the questions that you may have posted in there as well. So Kwame, if you may join me, please.
Thank you, Maria. So the first question I have goes to Sulman. One of the biggest challenges of the entrepreneurial journey is getting funding, particularly if you don't come from a very wealthy family. Just wanted to just get some information from you. How did you get the initial capital to get your business off the ground?
Thank you, Kwame. I really appreciate the question. So Adaptive Green was lucky in many ways. We were self-funded in the sense of when we started the company, cashed out my retirement accounts, and we had a client. We had a client that's willing to take a risk on us. It was New York City Public Housing. We were doing a project in Inwood at the time, which was our first one and one of the first few green roofs in the city. And then from there, we were able to organically grow. And I think the challenge for us was actually finding funding partners that kind of see our potential for growth and where we could be, and being able to grow with us. And the company provided us that resource, both through the New York City Opportunity Loan Fund and then through the SBA program. So I think the funding is consistently a challenge. And when we went out to the private markets for either early stage or venture funding, the terms are so onerous. It's like, you see the potential, you can see that there's a demand for it, but do you want to give up 30% of your company to do that? And that's the challenge, right? When do you decide to take like equity funding or debt funding, and you still have to pay this. You effectively both of the cost, right? Either from profitability or from cash flow as far as your day-to-day operations. So it was a challenge, but there is opportunity there.
Sounds very
So
impressive.
Sulman, yes, indeed. See, like you definitely done your research. So I want to know also, have you encountered any failure so far in your entrepreneurial journey? Any difficulties, challenges that you have faced?
No, every time, every day. Depends on what time of the day. But I think for us is that, the biggest challenge for us is that we perform design development during all year, and then we actually do our installations, meaning we're actually physically building these green infrastructure assets, these things that capture rainwater, reuse it, slow it down. So, from our side, we're quite busy from, let's say, like, effectively March until January. So we have this period of a year, the first quarter of the year that, we have to make sure that we support our workforce. And, we're not a mean employer by any means. We don't let our staff go during this period of time. We don't scale down. We effectively keep all of our employees on and keep them on for full time for this period. So we want to make sure that our growth is sustainable, right? That, we don't grow so much that we have such a drag in the off season. So, and, company really helps us this past year really quite fill in that gap, right? Because it's very, I think any immigrant or anyone having a family can say that, it's disrespectful for us as an employer to say, hey, I need to work 20 hours this week, but I need you full time, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours next month. That's not fair to anyone. So I think that is the challenge in our business specifically. And, as we think about our growth potential, it's, how do we make sure that we're growing in a sustainable way that, we can scale, but yet still make sure that our staff and employees have, a reasonable life, both economically, but also, financially in their own time. Sorry.
Wonderful. The next question goes to Mr. Rahman. There's actually a question from one of the participants. They'd like to know, and looking at your advice as an entrepreneur, what advice would you give Abdul Bahar, whose wife wants to start a business in the clothing industry? So what are the key lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur, and what can you share with Abdul Bahar?
Thank you so much. Actually, we are to jointly business. It is good for us, good for everybody. We have so many food, and we have so many chores. The other sourcing, where the collaboration, our community introduce, it is good for my business and other business. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Rahman, since you're here, I just also have a question for you. I wanted to learn more a little bit about when you founded the foundation, and if you can tell us a little bit more about the work that it does.
Yes, we do the foundation. We like to learn the new immigrant people, and learn about the hygiene, food hygiene, food preparation, and skill worker, make the skill worker. We will try to the more better than better. It is a good help our community and newer worker, we will try to the make the skill worker. It is good for us, good for everybody.
Thank you very much. The next question goes to Mr. Hamid. What is the best part about doing what you do?
Thank you so much. This is my first business and my first car. I want to grow up my business. I want to open rental car services and transportation company to provide more services to the New Yorker.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Maria, do you want to go next?
Thank you. Yes, I would also like to ask any of you as well. What advice would you give in general to any newcomers and or again in starting the career? Hekmatullah, how was your transition to become a driver here? Is that something that I know that you had a computer background over there, but was it pretty easy to come here and get started as a business owner?
Yes, when I come here, I start Uber driving because we do not have international certification. The jobs is finding so difficult for me. I decided I want to drive. I make my money. I support my family, and also on the part time I study for my education. I grow my education also.
That's very helpful. I have a general question to any of the participants. Accompany Capital, as we understand, has been quite helpful to you in your journeys. What else can we do to continue to add value? And a related question also, there's been quite a bit of negative news concerning migrants coming to the United States. What do you think we can do to continue to raise awareness about the contribution that immigrants make to our society? So this is a question from Colin Gavin, who happens to be a former board member. So it's a two-tier question. Anyone wants to, take one or the other? What else can we do to help you in your line of work?
I can say something. From our perspective, it's that there's opportunity with labor force development. So, as we think about New York and the city of the future and the workforce of the future, there's such a demand from even our side, right, for actual physical people to do this work, physical people to do the actual management of it, and it's difficult, right? So if you have this population that's so in such a need of economic opportunity, from migrants to immigrants, it's the most American thing we can do to mobilize them, not only from the notion of a tax base that you're growing, meaning new funders, new supporters of our city, but economic opportunity, right? What is the American dream if there is no access to it? The ability to get your job, or get a job, or actively work in the workforce, and not only just work in the sense of, have a position, but actually be able to do that position legally, meaning that we have this whole secondary market in New York right now for DoorDash and Uber Eats delivery, and it's usury, right? Because that these services need them, they have no protections as employees, right? So it's regulation making sure that we have access to labor, and labor, but the labor rights have to be applied to those same people, right? So making sure that immigrants are treated fairly and respectfully, which seems to be very, unfortunately, quite difficult in this environment, which is so un-American in so many ways.
Maria, do you want to go next?
Yes, for all of you, I also wanted to know, what is the best part of your business or your job? What do you like? What do you enjoy? So maybe I'll call on Mr. Rahman. Oh, Hekmatullah, here you are. You can answer that one.
The best part of this project or this launch for me, because they support my business. When anybody, immigrant or refugee people, they come to the New York City or USA, they not have any money. But Accompany Capital, they are the good source for the refugee people and asylum people. They support the business. They start their own business, and they grow the business in New York City, and they develop that country and they support their family.
That's very helpful. One of the key advices that I've found as an entrepreneur myself is to have time for self-care. Question to any of the attendees, what or how do you unwind when you're not, chasing customers, when you're not trying to raise money, when you're not dealing with, recalcitrant employees? How do you unwind?
I chase my kid. It's the same thing. Spending time with your family and loved ones. I think that's one beautiful trend I think it's very inherent in immigrant communities, the importance of family and making sure that, you know, all of our efforts, I think all of us can easily say, are not for ourselves. I mean, yes, we benefit from that, but it's to support our families and making sure their livelihood is better than ours. And, you know, there's a different set of opportunities.
That's a great response, Sulman, because I'm sure you're thinking of your parents, the way they made it possible, you know, for you to have your own business. And then in turn, I mean, I don't know if, you know, maybe your children will go on and do something else.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So,
Take down. Sorry, go ahead.
so I, you know, came on. I wasn't planning to, but I know there was Maria sent me a note. There was a question from one of our former board members, Colleen Galvin, who now works at MasterCard. And she wanted to know, you know, what can organizations like Accompany Capital do to raise awareness of the contributions of immigrants, refugees? I mean, Kwame, we have events like this, and obviously, you know, all three of you, and Pooja included, are amazing ambassadors. You know, every day when you go to work, Hekmatullah, when you drive your car, you're representing yourself. I mean, in a way, it almost seems unfair that there's so much pressure on our immigrant and refugee communities. But Hekmatullah, you're like an ambassador. You're like an ambassador from Afghanistan. You're an, you know, ambassador as an immigrant. You're an ambassador as a business owner. And the same applies to you, Sulman and Mr. Rahman. So Maria, I mean, and Kwame, what else do you think we could be doing? Or I will ask, you know, our three honorees also, what else can we do, you know, in response to Colleen's question, to raise awareness of the contributions of immigrants and refugees?
I think you nailed it on the head. I think it's just continue to do what we've been doing, advocating, looking for examples like the honorees and making the case with, you know, people that are in positions to make, you know, to have an influence on, you know, how to create a conducive environment for immigrant entrepreneurs to thrive. Since you volunteer, Yankee, there is actually a related question from another attendee. So he has trying to start a business. He has great credit score. Unfortunately, it requires 4,000 USD to start his business. So he wanted to know what Accompany Capital can do to get him off the ground.
Well, you know who's the expert who's on this panel is Maria Paulino. She's been with us for 17 years, Senior Loan Officer, Director of Women's Entrepreneurship Program. So I think Maria can do a better job than I can answering that question.
Sure, Kwame. Thank you so much for jumping on that one. I actually had responded to him with my email to email me directly, because of course I need to know more information in a private manner so that I can, you know, we can dig further into his situation and if you can help that as well. So we were always willing to help, and I put my email in the chat for him. So thank you so much. So Kwame, I don't know if you have any further questions.
I don't, but I would also like to open it up to the honorees to see if they have any questions for us.
Or any comments or any, you know, stories you'd like to share. How do you feel holding your crystal apple? Yeah. So anything you want to share, Mr. Rahman? You look like you want to share something.
Yeah. I am so happy winning this award, and I am so happy serving our community and creative new job and opportunity the more place. Hopefully we are try to the franchise. This year we are open 2 location, Long Island and Brooklyn. You guys make a dua and make a help us. Thank you, Company Capital, and thank you all the award winning. And we like to each other helping. Thank you so much.
And Mr. Rahman, with your restaurants, you're actually adding to the culture, the cuisine. You're making New York City a much more exciting place to be. So thank you. And we have the other presenters, the other members of our team joining. Francis, I don't know if you have any comments. Neeraj, Jason, please, before we end the program, we'd love to hear from you.
No, I will say it's always a pleasure to work with everybody. And Hekmatullah, I'm sure we're going to continue working together as you continue to refer more clients to us from Afghanistan. And it's been great. And congratulations to all the awardees. And I'm so happy for all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to all the awardees, and it gives immense pleasure to us, providing affordable loans to all the small business owners. It's really a privilege for us. Thank you so much for being there.
I'm proud of these awardees, and I'm also proud of my team. Every day we make a difference in New York City, business owners and their families and the communities, and I'm proud to be a part of that.
So thank you again to Kwame and Maria for, the Q&A, managing the Q&A session. Thank you to Francis, Neeraj, Jason, and of course, thank you to our honorees. Thank you for being so gracious to make the time to join us and also let us share your story. Not, some people, many of our entrepreneurs are excellent, but some do tend to feel more private, and thank you. So it was really gracious of you, Sulman, Mr. Rahman, and Hekmatullah. And we will also, of course, thank Pooja. We're so honored to work with you. And I have a few more people to thank. I want to thank Maria Gambale of Veradona Film. I don't know if she's here with us this evening, but she made the wonderful videos of our 4 clients. And then we had the pleasure of working with someone new this year. We were working with Georgie Ann Getton, CEO of GST Solutions, assisted by Fred Lucas for providing the technical support at the back end. And of course, we have to thank our company capital team with Catherine Ventura, our communications consultant, Maria and Tsering and Claire for developing this program. So thank you so much. And please, reach out to us. And if you know of someone who needs a loan or needs some assistance or can benefit from our services, please do not hesitate to refer them to us. Thank you, everyone. Good night, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you.
Thank you. I like to invite everybody, my store, my restaurant.
Thank you.
Visiting.
We are invited for biryani.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
It's the best biryani in the city.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did get comments when Catherine posted your story on social media. That was, there were several people who mentioned that. The best biryani in New York City.
Going in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll go.
Yes.
And Sulman. And we'll also have ice cream, Malai ice cream.
Yeah, we like to sell the ice cream here, the collaboration.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
could.
I have the big store. I like to sell here.
Yes. Oh my God, Jason, before we end the night, I know it's become very informal here, but please share the story of, your client with the hairdresser, where we also have the cocktails.
Oh, yeah. Well, and to make a long story short, we have a client that is expanding their business. They're doing custom, really boutique cocktails in small bottles and all different flavors, pre-made cocktails. So she participated in the grand opening for another client who it made her grand opening party really pop and really be very, very exciting. And they collaborated for the grand opening of this barber. She's a barber to
Very
actors and
special
actresses
barber.
and very, very special, very special services. And we helped her open her first business, and she's independent and she's thriving. And we're actually looking at product lines now and different things. So we'd love to have our clients collaborate with each other, and obviously Pooja's exciting flavors go very well in the biryani house. So that would be a great introduction.
Thank you again. and good night. Thank you,
Good night.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Hey, শেষ হয়েছে বাস।